So good evening, adventurers, and welcome back over here to Universal Orlando, and welcome back over here to Halloween Horror Nights. Tonight we are actually doing something even more fun. We are doing the Stay and Scream experience, which means the park is closed. However, we are already in it, and we can actually go ahead and go to houses and stuff. So we're going to tell you all about our experience, things that happens, and how much is it actually beneficial to do Stay and Scream here at Universal. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, leave a like, and welcome back to Halloween Horror Nights. So one of the things you need to do is you got to have a ticket to Horror Nights and a ticket for daytime, but you need to get a wristband. You come up to a wristband checkpoint and you show them their...
Hello, welcome in everyone, welcome in.
And now that means we are only ones getting past this point while they push everyone else out of the park. And as you can see, we go through one of the scare zones right here, but the scare zone is not open yet. The scare zones actually don't start until 6:30, but the Stay and Scream experience actually gives you the benefit of being able to come in, do some of the houses early, because like we're heading back to go do Fallout. It's the only house we still haven't done yet. Open to 5:15. There is a place back there to get a return time. So I think we're gonna get a return time because we really want to do Terrifier again. And if also Gawkin is short, we'll just go right in to do Gawkin again. And it's really a benefit to do that. So like big houses like Jason's Universe, Five Nights at Freddy's, Terrifier, it's good for those because the wait isn't as long quite yet. So the way, like I said, the way Stay and Scream works is that you have to have a ticket to come into Halloween Horror Nights, but then you also have a ticket for normal day operations. So if, like for me and Kayla, we both have it. Well, I have an annual pass. She has a different type of pass. And so we are able to get in. Now, it worked out in our favor because we actually got in about 3 minutes to spare because, as you can tell, it's a little rainy right now. And that's why I didn't do my intro out in front of the gates. We were actually gonna be there fairly quick and fairly early, but didn't get out there. So, and like we have frequent fear passes. So you go up to one of the lines, either Minions Cafe, Illuminations, Stage, or into the old Shrek building. And so then they are able to give you a wristband, confirm you can stay, and then as they are clearing out the park, we can go right past it. But all the scare zones don't start until the park opens for Horror Nights, so at 6:30, which would be kind of cool and fun to do. Also is where like the portal entrances are, will say that open at a certain time, but they do say they'll open at a certain time, but it does not mean they guarantee they'll be open at that time. So like we're heading to Fallout, which is all the way in the back of the park, and it doesn't show a wait time for it yet.
45 minutes.
Oh, it's 45 for Fallout?
Yep.
Gosh.
So what do you want to do, get a return time for it?
Yeah, that might be our best thing. Let's see, I need to let's see if any waits are short.
No, it's not. The only other one is WWE and it's 45.
Damn. Wonder what time Dolls opens. 6.
Oh, we've done Dolls twice. I want to try to get Fallout done.
Okay. Well, we can get Fallout and then, yeah, Gawkin also says opens 5:40. Yeah, let's go to Men in Black. Because you can get if you have the return time system, you can actually go over to Men in Black and they have a place where you can get a return time. I wonder if it's because Fallout's the first one to open.
We could get that and go back to Hatchets and Change because there was like literally almost no wait.
Yeah, so let's do that. Okay, so the team member over by where the walkway, the stupidly long walkway to Fallout and Gawkin is, was really nice because we had asked them, we're like, hey, it's our first time doing Stay and Scream. We're trying to figure out like a plan for the night because Fallout is the only one we still need to get done. But we were like, where should we go to like the Terrifier, try to wait? And she's like, that one doesn't only open early enough for it to be useful for Stay and Scream because it opens right when the park opens. Five Nights at Freddy's, always the longest, always about 100. She said has the longest wait usually for the night, for Stay and Scream. So she's like, stay in this back corner. So we're like, okay, sure. Like we got a return time for Fallout. We can go back, what, at 4:50 or 5:50. And we were like, well, why don't we go over here and do Demon Hunter because it's right here. And then she's like, well, that's great because then it puts you out right next to Dolls, and Dolls opens up at 5:45, or 6 o'clock. So by the time we get done, we can be able to go in and go do Dolls if we wanted to. Now, we're probably not going to. We can get Demon Bounty Hunter done because it looks like they've already opened up the queue for it, or maybe even the wait time's already posted.
But
so
there was like literally maybe
20 people, yeah. They were all pretty much to the line up to the Quickie Mart. So like, they were like, they're the entrance, and then they were like up to the Quickie Mart. So like no one was really in line. So I think we'll go to Demon Hunter, see if it's still the scariest house for me. It's always interesting because like we don't normally go through the standard line or the standby line for the houses and stuff. And so like they give you a ticket, and I think it's purely just to make sure that you don't have anyone join you, to make sure your group is together. And we haven't done this in a hot minute, so I forgot about it. But I also like the fact that they use the queue for the Simpsons ride for Demon Bounty Hunter because Like, it's just funny, but it makes sense. It's a permanent queue. You'd be able to use it, and it has space, so you could use that. But hopefully it's not too long of a wait for it, because it didn't look like not very many people were in line for it. Also, it is starting to rain just a little bit more, and I think that the first hour we're going to be here, the rain is going to be kind of off and on, so kind of keep that in mind, because we may have to duck in and out of places. Okay, so Demon Bounty Hunter was actually like, okay, very short on scares, wasn't as good as the first time we went through it, but I was able to look at a lot more of the set pieces, and even a couple of the scares did actually get me very well. So now we're gonna head back to Fallout, because that's the last house we haven't done yet. And then Kayla has my list for everything we've done, so that I can see where does everything line up, and I can give you guys my full rundown of my house rankings as of right now. It might change on our last trip to HHN, so we'll have to see where it all stands once it's said and done. But now I gotta make the quarter-mile walk back to Fallout. But what is nice is that they do have the AAP return tables over there where you can actually get a return time, and we want to get one for Terrifier to go through that one more time. After the little walk, it's time to do Fallout. Now it's only 25 minutes. Okay, so Fallout, I think was a very good house if I knew what was happening. I've never seen the show, never played the games. I mean, I've heard of the things and like heard the memes, but I think in overall, I think that's gonna end up being like a 5.5 out of 10. Because I thought the set pieces looked good, the scares were good, and the scariness level, I think I'm gonna put that around a 6, because there were a lot of points where you definitely tell they're missing, because all the houses did just open, but if I knew what was happening, I could see that being a lot higher, but it looked really good. I just had no clue what was happening. So far with Stay and Scream, it really is a good thing to do. Now the thing is, coming back to the park, because like Fallout's only 15 minutes, Hatchet and Chains was like 15 minutes after we finally left. Dolls is only 15, so we're gonna go do Dolls really quick because it's right there. And because they have a table for the accessibility pass, they have a table back there. And so we were able to get one for Terrifier, and we can go back to Terrifier at 6:45. So in the span of 2 hours, we'll probably get 4, maybe 5 houses done.
Not even. I was gonna
I mean,
say,
about an hour?
We'll get about 3 houses done.
Yeah, so an hour, about
But
3
that's
houses.
also with a disability pass.
Well, that was one for the disability pass, but like Fallout only ended up being 15 minutes. We waited in line for Demon Hunters, and then Fallout was only 15 minutes, and they were having a little card, and they were saying it's only taking 5 minutes. So it's not a bad thing to do. I think Stay and Scream is a very good option. So Dolls, let's play Dead, which has become like I think a top 4 house for me. Only 15 minutes, so let's. Yeah, this is our third run through. Let's see how it is. First run through was great. Second run through probably could have been a little bit better. Let's see how the third run through is, because sometimes when you go through run throughs, it changes how it maybe be decided on your list. Okay, so that Dolls run through was actually really good as well. I just enjoy that house. It looks good. The scares are very well. Like as we go through it more and more, it's kind of funny because like I get used to knowing where the scares are, but I still enjoyed it. Like it was still a very good house, and I think that's a very good consistent house where it's just scary enough that it's fun and exciting, but it's not quite overly scary like I feel like Demon Hunters can be and Jason can be. But it's also just fun because there are a lot of little places where you can hit a button. There's like 4 buttons I think, or 3 buttons I found. Very beginning there's a doorbell, then there's a oven you can press, and then there's a buzz cutting one as well. So definitely fun. I like it. And the fact that we got through 3 houses in the span of about an hour is actually not too bad. I think Stay and Scream is 100% worth it and something you kind of have to do if you don't want to buy the Express Pass. Also, the chainsaws are out. I wonder when they start up. It must have been like right at 6:15, 6:30. Heading into the cat lady on Crooked Lane scare zone. I also just really wanted to go through this when it was still daylight out because you can kind of see all the stuff along the sides. Because it's kind of creepy, kind of funny actually what they actually got over here. So, but I do love being able to see the pumpkins and everything. But you can definitely tell everyone is coming in for the day. Look at the little like hula hoop, the pumpkin, the squish pumpkin, the bike with little candy in it. Got a little bit of yarn over there with some toys, and all the different stories of the cat lady of the Crooked Lane. Oh, like, look, there's more. There's like a Jason mask right there. Little other stuff right through here as well. So. Do not enter. Also, the little cats on the side right there is funny. I'm really glad we did stick it out though, despite the fact that there was quite a lot of rain. Like I said, we literally walked into City Walk about 4:35, 4:40. Or yeah, 4:40, and at 4:45 the skies opened up with rain, and I was sitting there going, oof, this is too early in the day. We want to be here a while tonight because we're going to try to be here because we got a few friends who are coming out. We just wanted to get through a few things. We want to do Stay and Scream, and it was raining so heavily, but I looked at the weather and it looks like that is all going to be done. Hopefully no issues like it was the one night where we got completely soaked, but that was the end of the night, so it wasn't that big of a deal. It would have been different if we got completely soaked now, and we still had pretty much until 10 o'clock tonight to be soaked. But now we're heading to Terrifier right now because we do have a return time for that, and then hopefully maybe get one for Five Nights at Freddy's, and then maybe go find something to snack on afterwards because it's gonna go a little bit crazy. We did do Stay and Scream a lot last year, or was it the year before we did Stay and Scream a lot? I think it was the year before we did Stay and Scream a lot, and they changed it up completely now this year. So I like this way better, a lot better, because I feel like it's a little more freedom to roam and you're not being kind of contained in an area as much. Quickly, one, we're gonna get in line to do LRTs. It's only 15 minutes, but the loop is gone. This is so weird. The only thing left is the lift hill. I wonder how they're gonna take that down, but officially no more loop from Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit. So, all right, let's go to El Artista. So once again, kind of a benefit of doing Stay and Scream is El Artista is only 15 minutes. And even though it looks like everyone is finally coming in, everyone is heading to like Five Nights at Freddy's, Terrifier, Fallout, the big named houses. So we're gonna be able to take advantage and maybe do El Artista, and maybe do it 2 times tonight. It is freaking wild. We just walked into El Artista and look at the queue house for Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit. It is completely gone. It is on the ground. There is nothing left. They've torn it down. Wow, that is crazy. They are moving this fast, demolishing it. Piece of track, the lift hill, and the canopy right there as well. And then pretty much everything will be fully down, and they will be pretty much full steam ahead on hopefully a Ghostbusters coaster, which is what I hope it's going to be. Here's an even better look at, they literally demolished it off the bottom. They literally just said, you know what, coming in and tearing it down. It's just wild that we literally walk right underneath it, and it is fully almost demolished already. Also, something to keep in mind is, so the point from El Artista where the 2 lines merge to when they actually get to the house, you have to walk all the way underneath Rip Ride Rockit in front of stage 21, through part of stage 21 to get to the stage off to the right next to where the bottom of the loop was. So it's kind of a long walk. It is so weird because for so many years you'd walk back here and you would get the bottom of the lift, the bottom of the first drop into the loop and into the back section of the coaster, and now there is only maybe a few hundred feet of track left before it is fully gone. Gosh, that is still such a good house. I think we're going to come back through it again later tonight when one of our friends is here. But man, I love it. It kind of had a point where we kind of had a little bit of gappage, and I got to look at everything and see how everything looked. It's kind of nice, actually. All right, time to come up and do Terrifier, which is only 85 minutes now. But this is the longest wait in the park, so coming at the time we did might not be a bad thing to do, because this is our 5th house in about an hour or about 2 hours. I don't say Terrifier is a fantastic house, in my opinion. Not a lot of people are a big fan of it. I really like it a lot. I love the set pieces, I like the scares, all the arts are hilariously fun. They get in your face, they're kind of scary. And even then, it's like you go through the scenes, and like the bathroom scene didn't smell as bad as the first time we went through it. Still had a stench to it, but still a very good house. And that's definitely, I still have it ranked as number 2 because I think because now that we did El Artista and Terrifier back to back, El Artista still is my favorite.
Masterpiece.
It is, but Terrifier is right there. I think those 2 are clear cut in my favorite top 2. I don't think anything can really touch it. I think I'd put Dolls at 3. But I think now actually we'll have a second we sit down. Actually, I can go through and give you what my list is, so you guys can see what I put everything at. It is kind of wild that to get to this back area, either you come past stage 19 and where the old Nickelodeon area is behind Hard Rock Cafe, or you go up by where the restrooms are next to Jason or to Jimmy Fallon, and it brings you all the way around. But that's just because with Rip Ride being down, they've lost 2 of the house entrances because of it. So, but I do like the fact that they do have attraction assistant pass, because in years past, like 2 years ago, you had to go to the houses, and if I had to walk all the way back here to a house to get a return time, and then say something on the other side of the park was only 25 minutes, I'd be really annoyed. So they've actually added, like I said, 4 locations. One next to, right across the way from WWE, one next to at the Men in Black. They have one at the Illuminations like stage area where they have meet and greets, and then one by Gawkin and Fallout. So if you do have the AAP pass, those are places you can go and get those. I mean, you can still walk up to the attraction or up to the house, you get a return time, but if it's only 25 minutes, you don't have to wait, you go right on in. Now again, it does not guarantee you're gonna wait less than the time. It just guarantees you'll wait about less than half of the time when you go through the express line. So that, just keep that in mind. Okay, if you do stay in Scream Right, it is 100% worth doing it, because even though like we do have the attraction pass, if we didn't have it, we probably would have gotten through 3, maybe 4 houses in the time frame before they really like in this time frame, because we've been here about 2.5 hours, or they started letting people into the houses 2.5 hours ago, and we've been through 5 houses. That is the most houses we've been through in a run through this year so far, and it's just because of the timing. Like literally LRT says now up to 40 minutes. When we got in line, it was 15. When we went to Fallout, we had a return time, but then it was 15 by the time we left. Pretty much rope drop Demon Hunters, and then we had a return time for Terrifier. So like, it's been a fantastic night so far, and I think coming early or super late in the night, best time to do it, because wait times just drop throughout the night. What's kind of downside is we were talking about maybe going over and do the 8 o'clock showing for Nightmare Fuel. However, we got a notification on the app that they canceled the Nightmare Fuel for 8 o'clock. So I think we're gonna aim for the 9:30 one, because we still want to do Nightmare Fuel. If we don't get to Nightmare Fuel, it's no big deal. But the big things we really want to do is we want to do Jason again, Nightmare Fuel. Yeah, it's kind of. Oh yeah, and Five Nights at Freddy's one more time before Horror Nights is over. And like, now that we've pretty much gotten everything else done, it's worked out great. All right, been sent on a side quest. I need to go get the ramen from over by the cat lady of Crooked Lane. So we're gonna head on over there, and you guys are gonna go on a little stroll with me to go get that and see it, and then we'll bring it back here to Minions Cafe to try it out. Oh, the Lagoon show is going on. You know, that's something else we still need to see. We still need to so the Lagoon show we need to do, and we still need to do Nightmare Fuel. And like I said, and Jason, and really that's it. Maybe try some other snacks, but like, it's been a very successful year for us. This has actually been back more this year than I think we were last year. Last year just wasn't as good. This year it's been over the top amazing. My only biggest complaint is the Tribute Store. Tribute Store not being in its normal spot is actually kind of my biggest frustration and biggest annoyance of this year, and the fact that it's kind of crap. Let's be real, it kind of sucks. Y'all, it's art. Look, art! And he's on his old tricycle. Oh my gosh. The only downside is I think everyone else is also trying to come see him. Oh. Okay, made it all the way over to the Feline Treat. So we're gonna get the Birria Ramen, and then walk that all the way back over to Minions again, so that Kayla can give it a little try, since she is having lots of pain in her lower back today. Okay, so got it here. So got some birria and ramen. So it's got ramen, scallions, some onions, birria meat, and some flamin' hot Cheetos. So let's walk this back over to the Minions. So on another quest, maybe see an art on the way. So the birria ramen that we ended up getting, it was probably not worth the cost of it, but there was a really good amount of the birria meat as well. But the broth was good. It was a little spicy. The problem is, I think they need to put the Cheetos on right when they didn't put the hot Cheetos on right when you order it, because the Cheetos got super soggy by the end of it. So, but now we're heading off to go do WWE now, since we did have return time for that, because one of our friends is about to be here and we need to add them to the to Kayla's pass. So I think maybe we would try to do 5 nights. We're not sure yet if we'll get to that yet or not. All right, time to make the walk back to the back sound stages again to get to WWE. All right, time to do the Horrors of the Wyatt Six. And like I said, I like this house. I just have no idea what's happening. So we'll do it again. Okay, I'm starting to like the Wyatt Six house a lot more. I think it's fun, it's exciting. The scare actors are very good. I just like the set pieces. They're actually really well, and especially considering like they were like targeting me tonight. And I was all for it. I like it when they go after me for some reason, just because of how much they will not stop. So I don't know what our plan is now. We've done 6 houses tonight. Maybe do a 7. Go through some of the scares. We really want to go see Nightmare Fuel. Like that is like the big thing for us. We want to see Nightmare Fuel, but we don't know if we'll get to it. We're just trying to figure out our plan, because we've been here since 4:30. It's 4 hours in. Definitely not staying all night there. I know you can get the best bang for your buck if you stay all night. There's a reason why we have frequent fear, so we don't have to do all nights. All right, time to take a little walk through Masquerade Ball of Death. Hopefully the scare actors are very active tonight, just because of how cool it is. Well, kind of a bummer is that Nightmare Fuel, both the 8 a.m. and now the 8 p.m. and the 9:30 p.m. show have been canceled. So once again, failed attempt at trying to see freaking Nightmare Fuel. We have not seen it once. Now, I haven't heard great things about it, but I still want to see it and judge it for myself. But right now we have a little bit of time before we could go do it, because we're going to go back and do Dolls one more time. And I think that might be the last thing we do for the day. Because I'm worn out, Kayla's getting worn out, and I think also my feet are still wet from the earlier rainstorm, so yikes. Now they send a notification about 20 minutes for the show that the 9:30 has been canceled. So I'm not sure, that's never a good sign, because we've been here almost every Sunday and we haven't seen it canceled this many times, so yikes. Okay, so they're currently going through Men in Black. Kayla's not gonna ride, she just wants to walk through to see everything. But I wanted to give you my rankings so far for the year. So we're gonna go with just my favorites. When it comes to our rankings, mine is gonna be number 1, El Artista, number 2, Terrifier, then Dolls, Five Nights at Freddy's, Hatchet and Chains, Jason's Universe, Fallout, WWE, Graves of Flesh, and Gulkin. And when it comes to the scariest, I have Hatchet and Chains as my scariest house. Jason was up there as well. Terrifier was very, very scary as well, but I also had a lot of fun in it. Then you have El Artista, Fallout, Dolls, Five Nights at Freddy's, WWE, Grave of Flesh, and Gulkin. So I personally believe that my list is not the best list out there. It's for what I like, and it's what the things I enjoyed. Like, I love El Artista and I love Terrifier. The Terrifier house is really, really good. I want to love Five Nights at Freddy's more, but Five Nights at Freddy's just, like, going back and watching the movie again and then learning all the lore, I may like it some more, but that is my current favorites and the current scariest. When's the last time we go to Horror Nights? We'll give our final list as together, because WWE, we went through it again. I kind of like it more than I anticipated, so maybe I'll do some research on it to figure it out, so maybe I can like it even more. So, but let me know if you guys have been to Horror Nights, what's y'all's rankings when it comes to houses at Horror Nights? All right, another run through of Dolls Let's Play Dead. But yeah, it seems like the rain is starting to move back in once again. So let's see if that gets any worse or it's just kind of sprinkling. So definitely a good run through for Dolls. I think there were more scare actors this go around. There was one that I for sure knew was missing, but overall I like Dolls a lot. I like all the buttons you can push in there. So you definitely have to make sure you look for those, because there's 3 that I know of for sure that they're there. So I think people are starting to make their way towards the back houses now, because Gulkin is 65 and Fallout is 70. So it's kind of funny to watch how the progression is that when everything first opens and you're not staying for Stay and Scream. Five Nights, Terrifier, WWE, Grave of Flesh will be really long waits. That Jason gets really long, and then the lines over there get kind of shorter, and everything in the back here gets longer. So the Dolls is 70, LRTs is only 55. It's not bad. Jason's 140, Terrifier is 90, WWE is 45. Hopefully the next Nightmare is going to be at 11. Hatch is 35. The rides, ooh, Revenge of the Mummy's an hour-long wait. That's kind of surprising for the Revenge of the Mummy. I think it's because of the amount of how much it's been kind of off and on raining tonight, so I think that's a big reason why. So I wonder if the 9:30 show got canceled due to maybe some lightning in the area, because Club Horror over here doesn't even have the DJ out and the dancers aren't even out here right now. So I'm curious if there is some lightning. There has been some rain just to the south of us all evening, but I wonder if it's just now getting close enough, it's starting to affect everything. And hopefully we don't turn into another, what happened the other day when we came and we got absolutely drenched and soaked, because as much fun as that was, I did not enjoy the drive home after that. All right, into the Toxic 20s mutation. So this is actually a really fun scare zone just because of how big it is. I wish there was like more going on, more scares, but I like the little stands. I like the little stages they've got set up and everything. And did not forget about coming over here right next to the Revenge of the Mummy to do our Universal Backlog Club, to get in and tap for our card so we can get our card for this week. So let's see what card we get this week. I think it looks like it's the one for Gulkin, so let's go and get that one. So got the 2 cards from last week and this week. The only one we for sure missed out on was the Toxic 20s one, because we skipped an entire week pretty much. But this week's was the Beast from Gulkin, and then Lala from the Dolls Let's Play Dead house. So I'm really excited. And like I said, if you guys are subscribed to the channel, we may be doing some giveaways with these, because Kayla also gets them and I get them. So maybe we'll do some giveaways. So make sure you stick around for that. All right, so we are going to go ahead and call it from our adventures out here to Halloween Horror Nights and doing Stay and Scream. And I gotta tell you what, Verdict on Stay and Scream is a must do. It was so good. We actually even went through LRTs a second time as well. So it's really good. Like I said, got through 5 houses, got finally through Fallout, gave you my list, got through Fallout, got through Dolls Let's Play Dead, Demon Hunters, then through LRT stuff. There was another one we went through. I can't remember which one it is now. Oh, WWE. And it was a good night as well. Fortunately, though, the rain has started picking back up and we have experienced getting soaked before, so we are going to be heading on out. And also we had the birria ramen, and I will say, too expensive. It's good, but too expensive for what they're asking for. So, but hopefully you guys enjoyed our adventures out here to Halloween Horror Nights once again. Just a few more weeks to go before we say goodbye to this year's Halloween Horror Nights. So if you haven't gone, make sure you have gone. And if you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe to the channel to see just a few more trips out to Halloween Horror Nights. But with all that being said though, as we do head out from our adventures out here this evening, we will see y'all on the next one.